National Football League picks, week number 6. Tonight's game, New York Giants are getting 1.5 at home against Philadelphia. I'm sorry, but as far as I'm concerned, both these teams are no good. But at the same time, both these teams are very much alive. Believe it or not, the Giants at 1-4 are still alive in this division. That's how either bad it is. Well, yeah, that's how bad it is this year. Philadelphia's having a Super Bowl hangover, in my opinion. They got a shitload of injuries, I know that. New York Giants, as far as I'm concerned, they lose this game, their season is done. So, I like the Giants at home. I know people are calling me crazy, but I got a feeling New York Giants could keep their season alive, believe it or not, if they win this game. If they don't win this game, they're done. You can stick a fork in them. Arizona getting 10 at Minnesota. Well, Kirk Cousins is doing his job. The problem is the rest of the team isn't. Arizona sucks. Minnesota will win this game probably, 31-21. But I actually like the Arizona Cardinals to cover this 10-point spread. Believe it or not. Minnesota wins, though. Cleveland getting 1 at home against the Chargers. You know, I really think people are just hating on Cleveland for whatever reason. They're a 1-point underdog at home, a team that every game they've been in has been a winnable game. They're getting 1 against the Chargers. And as far as I'm concerned, the Chargers suck. Yeah, they got Phillip Rivers, but has that really mattered the last 5-6 years? No. I like Cleveland at home. I'm picking the Browns again. I bet I've picked Cleveland more times this year so far in the last 2 years. I picked the Browns more times in the first 6 weeks of this season than in the last 2 years. I like Cleveland. Miami getting 3.5 at home against Chicago. Miami's lost 2 in a row now. They're back at home. Chicago Bears, they're good. Let's be honest, the Bears are good. At least they look like that. Mitch Trubisky, I'm not really sold out on him, but Miami's at home. I think Miami's got to win here. They got to get back on the streak. I realize Chicago's 3-1. Chicago could easily be 4-0. That's another team. Because as far as I'm concerned, they should have beat Green Bay the first week of the season. I like Chicago at the points, but I actually like Miami to win it. I'm taking a gamble here. I like Miami at home. Carolina getting 1 at Washington. Give me Carolina. I don't know much about Washington. I know they got Alex Smith, but it's at Washington, Carolina, who barely beat the Giants last week. But it seems like the Giants and the Panthers have always been neck and neck. I like Carolina. Indianapolis getting 2.5 at the New York Jets. I like the Jets at home. Jets get back on the winning streak in that division. They're actually still alive. I like the Jets in this game. I'm picking the Jets for once. Pittsburgh getting 2.5 at Cincinnati. Well, this is, as far as I'm concerned, a true test to the Bengals. Are they as good as their 4-1 record, like I've stated before? We'll find out. They win this game. I don't know. We'll just leave it at that. They win. Who am I picking? I want my Bengals to win, so I'm going with the Bengals. I want them to win, but it would not shock me if they lost. And it seems like always at Paul Brown Stadium, Pittsburgh has our number, and that's the sad, hard truth. But hopefully Pittsburgh shot their load last week at against Atlanta. But I don't know. I'm hoping the Bengals can win. Tampa Bay getting 3.5 at Atlanta. Give me Atlanta. Tampa Bay sucks as far as I'm concerned. I didn't fall for it when they started 2-0. Tampa Bay was a fluke. Give me Atlanta, even though Atlanta sucks too, but I like Atlanta in this game. At London, Oakland and Seattle. Who gives a shit? Both these, take Seattle. Seattle's going to bury that team. Based off last week against an elite Rams team who's undefeated, Seattle's going to bury them over there at London. Like I said, John Gruden, yeah, you know what? You're a great coach, or you were a great coach, but you should have stayed up in the booth. I like Seattle. Stick a fork in Oakland, basically. Buffalo getting 10 at Houston. Well, Buffalo, I'm sorry. You're up and down, up and down, up and down. I like the Buffalo Bills to cover, but I like the Texans to win outright with their defense. I don't know why. Like I said, a game I really don't give a shit about. Denver's getting 7 at home against the LA Rams. I like the LA Rams to keep rolling. Honestly, Case Keenum, the Denver Broncos, the Mile High fever does not apply here. If Denver wins this game, I'll be a believer in them again. But until that, no. I'm taking the Rams. Dallas getting 3 against Jacksonville. After Jacksonville got beat at Kansas City last week, Jacksonville is going to rout Dallas. It's going to be a blowout. I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I hate saying that about the Cowboys, but let's be honest, the Cowboys are a joke this year. They are a 6-10 team all day long, I think. Give me Jacksonville. Tennessee getting 2.5 at home against Baltimore. After Baltimore lost against Cleveland last week, I got a feeling Baltimore's going to kick the shit out of Tennessee. Although I don't know. Tennessee's got a good team too. I like Baltimore, though, to recover. I really do. I'm taking the more experienced team. I'm taking Baltimore. Kansas City. Oh, this is a great game. Sunday night, Kansas City is getting 3.5 points at New England. This is the game of the year so far, in my opinion. Kansas City, are they really legit? I think they are. They're 5-0. If they beat New England, I think you're seeing your AFC champion who's going to represent the Super Bowl. I honestly do. Kansas City beats New England. I really, on the road no less, they will be officially the best team in the league. And finally, San Francisco is getting 9.5 at Green Bay. Who cares about this game, honestly? But I got to go with Green Bay to recover. Although San Francisco is freaking god-awful. They're just horrible. Their season was over as far as I'm concerned when Jimmy Garoppolo went out. Even with Jimmy Garoppolo, their season was still over. So I like Green Bay. And the bye weeks are Detroit and New Orleans. So there's your picks. Good luck to all your teams.